You gave them everything. Your love. Your loyalty. Your time. And yet, they left. Or worse, they stayed, and treated you like a stranger. You worked harder than anyone else on the team. Stayed late. Skipped weekends. Still, you were overlooked. Forgotten. You told yourself, if I just do more, if I just give more, it'll finally be enough. But it never is it? In those moments, heartbreak, betrayal, rejection, something inside us cracks open. Not just cracks, it shatters. We ask dangerous, raw questions. Why does this keep happening to me? Why does life feel so unfair? Why do I feel so powerless? And then, a voice, not loud, but ancient, speaks through the silence. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. A quote from a Roman emperor. A man who lost children, battled betrayal, and held the weight of an empire. Yet never lost himself. But what does it really mean? Let's find out, because this one sentence holds the key not just to surviving pain, but transforming it. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This isn't just a quote. It's a key. A weapon. A shield. It's Stoicism, distilled into one profound truth. And yet, most people miss it entirely. Why? Because it sounds simple, almost too simple. But simplicity can be deceiving. Let's break it down. First, you have power over your mind. Think about that. You have power over your mind. Not your partner's decisions. Not your boss's opinions. Not the weather. Not the economy. Not that rude stranger on the train. Just, your mind. Your interpretations. Your beliefs. Your choices. That's it. That's the kingdom that no one else can invade without your permission. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Some things are up to us. Others are not. And most of our suffering? It comes from forgetting which is which. When someone rejects us, we suffer. But not because they rejected us. Because of what we tell ourselves about that rejection. We fail at something, and we spiral. Not because we failed. But because we believe that failure defines us. When we lose a loved one, we don't just mourn the loss. We also wrestle with the story we tell ourselves about our worth, our fate, our future. But if you deeply understand, truly own, that your mind is yours, that your response is your realm, then no one else can touch your peace. No one. Let's bring this down to the battlefield of everyday life. You text someone you care about. No reply. Hours pass. Then days. Your mind races. Did I say something wrong? Are they mad at me? Am I not good enough? The event itself? Simple. No reply. Everything else? That's your mind creating a storm inside your head. Or this. You walk into a meeting. You share an idea. Silence. They move on. You feel invisible. Unworthy. But again, the only thing that happened was silence. Your mind filled in the rest. Most people live like this. Reacting. Overthinking. Letting outside events hijack their peace. Marcus Aurelius is whispering across centuries, stop. You have power over your mind. You can choose a different story. You can see the silence not as rejection, but neutrality. You can see the lack of a text not as abandonment, but timing. You can reclaim your narrative. Look to history for proof. Take Viktor Frankl, a man who survived Auschwitz. He watched his family die. He endured unspeakable cruelty. Yet he wrote. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. That's Stoicism in action. Or Admiral James Stockdale, tortured in a Vietnamese prison camp for years. When asked how he survived, he said, "I never lost faith in the end of the story." His mind, his belief, stayed his own. And then, there's you. Right now. Carrying pain. Carrying pressure. Trying to hold together the pieces of a life that feels like it's slipping through your fingers. You've been trying to control everything. Except for the one thing that's actually yours. Your mind. Let me ask you. What pain are you holding on to, that's not yours to carry? What have you been trying to control, that was never yours? What story have you been telling yourself, over and over, that keeps you small? I'm not lovable. I'll never succeed. They were right about me. Who told you that? And why did you believe them? What would change, if you chose a different story? Here's what you'll never forget. Freedom isn't in changing the world. It's in changing how you see the world. Not everyone will respect you. Not everyone will stay. Things will fall apart. But your peace doesn't have to. Because strength isn't loud. It isn't controlled. It's quiet. It's the moment you say, "This is mine to carry." That is not. That's where strength lives. But what if I told you Stoicism doesn't stop at acceptance? It invites you to love your fate, a concept called amor fati. This is more than resigning yourself to what happens. It's an active embrace of your reality, no matter how harsh or unfair it seems. Imagine losing a job suddenly. The initial shock is pain and anger, normal reactions. But a Stoic trains their mind to say, "This has happened. I choose to love it, learn from it, and grow stronger because of it." Marcus Aurelius faced plagues, wars, and betrayal. Yet he wrote, "Accept whatever comes woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could be more fitting for your needs?" That's amor fati, the radical acceptance and even love of life's challenges, seeing them as essential steps in your growth. In your life, what hardships could become your greatest teachers if you chose to love them? The Stoics also taught us to keep death in mind, memento mori. Not as a morbid fixation, but as a tool to sharpen focus and gratitude. Knowing life is finite reminds us to use our time well, not waste energy on petty grievances or things beyond control. Seneca advised, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing." When you remember you have limited time, each moment becomes precious. How would you live differently today if you truly remembered death? At the core of Stoicism are 4 virtues to guide your mind and actions. Wisdom, knowing what is good, bad, and indifferent, understanding what you can control and what you can't. Courage, facing fear, pain, or loss with bravery and resilience. Justice, treating others fairly, with kindness and respect, no matter their faults or how they treat you. Temperance, practicing self-control and balance, especially when emotions run high. Living by these virtues isn't easy. But they create a foundation for lasting peace and strength. Ask yourself, which of these virtues need strengthening in your life? How can you begin training your mind right now? Start with awareness. Throughout your day, pause and ask, is this worry or anger within my control? If no, let it go. If yes, take action with calm and clarity. Another powerful Stoic practice is negative visualization. Imagine losing what you have, your job, your health, your loved ones, not to fear, but to cherish them more deeply. This shifts your mind from anxiety about the future to gratitude for the present. Try this tonight before sleep. Spend 5 minutes picturing life without something or someone important. Feel the gratitude that arises. These exercises gradually rewire your mind toward resilience and peace. Remember Epictetus's words. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This simple shift in mindset is the foundation of freedom. Now, you might wonder. Is this easy? No. Is it instant? No. But every step you take in reclaiming your mind is a step away from suffering and a step toward peace. So today, I invite you to make a choice. To stop waiting for life to be fair. To stop begging for closure. To stop giving your peace away to people and events you can't control. Instead, turn inward. Train your mind. Learn to hold stillness when everything around you moves. Learn to respond, instead of react. Learn to let go, not out of weakness, but because your strength is finally awake. This is the Stoic path. It isn't easy. But it is worth it. And here's what's even more powerful. When you own your mind, you reclaim your life. Your emotions no longer control you. Your fears no longer bind you. Your failures no longer define you. You become the calm in the storm. The rock that doesn't crumble under pressure. The light that shines through darkness. Imagine the freedom in that. Imagine waking up every day knowing this. No matter what happens outside, you remain unshaken. You remain whole. You remain free. If this message resonates with you, if you're ready to sharpen your mind and strengthen your soul, subscribe to The Modern Stoic, where we explore ancient wisdom for today's challenges. Like, share, and comment below. What story will you choose to tell yourself tomorrow? Your mind is your kingdom. Guard it well.